Good afternoon and welcome to our post-game women's basketball press conference. We will start the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Amy Wright. Then we'll open it up to questions for coach, along with players Savannah Tucker and Abby Schaaf.
Yeah, I'd say, Nevada's a great team. Coming in, they have some new pieces from last year. I think their guard play is solid. They're quick. Obviously, they can defend. They were very disruptive for us on the offensive end. And, they're bigs, they're physical, and they're strong. So they have a good balance. And I think we came in with a lot of respect for them. At the end of the day, looking at, points off turnovers, we cut that gap from the first half and only lost that category by one. We dominated the paint again. That's really what we wanted to do, was score in the paint. I think you saw a lot of our shots in the second half. Those were layups, which eventually led to open threes. So we were able to kind of get fluid there in the second half. I would say that obviously the best quarter, shooting, 60% is that fourth quarter. So I'm excited to see us put 4 quarters in a row. Back to back. I'm excited for that. And then this is exactly kind of the style I'm talking about. We got Savvy with 14, Sid with 13, Abby 18, and Shy with 13. I mean, that's hard to guard. It's going to be hard for people to really hone in on one person. And once we got in the realm of sharing the basketball, which we had 12 assists, our goal is 15 a game. We were right there. But, cut down on those turnovers a little bit and, being fluid and playing our style for 4 quarters, I think, it was a good showing. And it was good to get a different style of game from an opponent.
Questions?
Sean Keneally, 562.org. So really slow, sloppy start. That started with a weird tip-off where we kind of just fell flat. But then after the second quarter on, all y'all led. What caused that switch? Open question for all y'all.
I'll take the tip. That's my fault. So I scouted the tip, and I thought they were going to go the other way. So we had Sid jumping the tip, and obviously the tip went the other way. So I'll take the tip. That's my fault. So.
Anything you'd like to add, ladies?
I think at halftime, coach said, though, we just need to pick it up. We looked like we were playing nervous, and we were, rushing it. And she's just like, what we need to do is pretty much, stop dribbling a ton and just hone in and stick to our principles and back cut, do what we can. And in the third quarter, we're just chop, just keep going, get a stop, score, stop, and just keep playing to our game of basketball. And that's kind of how we got out of it.
Yeah, things really seem to start gelling for you guys kind of halfway through the second quarter and really into the second half. Was there anything in particular that was going through your guys as the players, minds, and what you wanted to accomplish at that point in the game?
I would say that's just trying to find ourselves still. I think we were really excited to get out and play. I think that kind of showed. We were kind of all over the place at first, but I think we were able to regroup. And I think that comes from also our coaching staff also trying to calm us down. I think having each other's back, we were able to find that. And I think we were able to finish it, find a way.
Yeah, this question's for Abby. You kick-started a resurgence in the mid of the second quarter with a beautiful move inside at 6:30, and then you capped off with a 3, and that really led the charge. What led you knowing, was this going to be your day, coming off the bench, or I know you only had 1 Hydro Flask in you, so and you started cramping. But what made you know oh yeah, this is my game, this is my time to keep going?
Coach really emphasized this week at practice, and especially yesterday after practice, just positive visualization. 80%, exactly her words, 80% of what you visualize positively will come true. So I really took that to heart, and I'm just positive. And she asked us before the game what was our word, and my word was dominate. I wanted to dominate the O boards, just rebounds in general, do what I can for this team. If I see an opportunity for myself to score, I'll take it, but if there's a better shot, give it to my teammates.
Abby, you said your word was dominate. Savannah, what was your word?
Mine was next play. I think I could have done a better job on that. But like I said, finding that next play, finding what I could do, forgetting if a turnover or missed shot. But I think I was able to turn that around towards the end.
Yeah, so as for you, like you said, you personally struggled today, but that next play mentality, and really in the third and fourth quarter when Nevada was pressing all y'all out, you started doing like a 1-4 diamond clear, and then you found the three in the corner doing layups. What was that third quarter like coming out of halftime? What was that difference maker for you personally, or just as a team as a whole, knowing that resurgence, that momentum, you knew they're going to come out with this victory?
I would say personally, like trying to find other ways. I know scoring the ball has obviously been something that I kind of leaned on, but trying to find what I can do outside of that. Either that's making the extra pass or getting deep, trying to bring in players and pass it back out. But I would say just constantly trying to find other ways to help my team out.
Yeah, I think for in her case, like kind of the turning point was she's starting to get in there and rebound a little bit more. And then she had that one big block underneath in the third, and that was when we had to sub some people out. And she's one-on-one with somebody that's 6'2", 6'3", and she gets a block because she's steady and she was disciplined. So those individual plays are kind of what we talked about at halftime, is that if the ball's not going in, you can do other things. So that was an example of her doing other things, And then Abby came in, and I always say the ball finds people that move. And Abby at times was the only person moving on the team, and so she found it on both ends of the court, and that led to a lot of her success.
Coach, we've talked a lot about the offensive style that the girls have had tonight. Can you comment a little bit on the defense that you saw and any of the positives that you saw from there, and what you feel moving forward will be helpful for this team?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely probably not our best defensive. We made some adjustments with Nevada. We knew, the outside shooting was a little bit of a struggle, so we wanted to kind of play three-point line and in. But maintaining our aggressiveness, I think that's where we got to find that fine line. We got to find the line of, okay, we're in our gaps and we're back a little bit, but how can we still pressure the ball and get in passing lanes? So, and that takes time. Everybody's getting used to my style of coaching, style of play. They're getting used to that. So it's just going to take time for it to look perfect. And I need to remind myself of that more. But just the way that they have the energy, the enthusiasm, the way they showed their love for the game, especially in that second half, that's gonna carry us through a lot of games this year.
Yeah, to piggyback off that point, it really looked like all y'all went into like a 2-3 zone to really stifle and irritate them at the three-point line. I know it's 2 games in. You're talking about discipline. Do you really think this zone is going to carry you further on, because it really stifled them with the 25% shooting in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something we're going to have. We're still going to have to be able to guard one-on-one. I think that's the accountability of our defenders and, being able to hold your line, as Coach Brian says. But it's something you got to have. And the thing is deciding is it aggressive, or is it to a point where you make them shoot? And I think Sydney, Savvy are excellent at that top. I would love to put Jada up there a little bit more just because of her size. But they're learning the ins and outs. Pat is learning the ins and outs. Probably what the thing we got to clean up is the backside rebounding, because we're going to have an itty-bitty down there. So we got to figure a way to clean that up.
You guys opened, and this is for all 3 of you, but you've opened the season now at home with these first 2 wins, going to 4 road games. How are you guys feeling about that, moving into those road games?
I'm excited. I think we're going to hold our ground. I think it was good to get those 2 wins under our belt, and I think we're ready to go on the road and kind of take on and just stay ourselves. I think that's the biggest thing going on.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, way to be true to who we are. We want to be Long Beach State basketball. So there's going to be some variations, but we want to be true to who we are. And the good thing is getting on the road, all our 4 opponents are very different. They're very different in style. They're very different in conference. They're very different, obviously, being nationally ranked. So it's a great challenge for us. But I think we're a one-day-at-a-time team. So we're going to figure this. We're going to enjoy this until midnight, and then we're going to clean it up tomorrow and just get better tomorrow.
Yeah, so after your pretty much month-long road trip ending at currently number 13th ranked UT Austin, you open up a Big West play with Colorado State. Like you said, it's a one-a-day-at-a-time process, but how do you think you take that one-a-day process, knowing that you have such a grind coming up?
Yeah, I mean, the 4 games on the road are definitely, something that we want to do, that you got to do. So you look at it, you can look at it as your holiday tournament, where a lot of teams go to Atlantis or a lot of teams go here. It's the same type of thing. We do have 5 home games in a row before we open Big West play. So I think that's really going to be beneficial for us to settle in, really dig our feet into who we are and what we want to do in conference. But it's nice for, I think, to be at home the entire month of December.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.